Hello. So it's been a long while since I've been in the Yu-Gi-Oh space. This time around, we are doing what I call a soul run. So basically what that means is we're going to take a card from a legacy pack, and this is going to become our ace or our soul of our deck. Now, we're doing legacy packs. This is a new account. I had to do a little bit just to get a couple legacy packs built up. And we're just going to open what we can. There are lots of great monsters in these legacy packs, and that is the thing. It does have to be a monster that we pull to be our soul of the deck, so to speak. We're not going to let it be a spell or a trap. And yeah, we're just going to see what we can get, and I think it'll be kind of a cool experience because a lot of these cards are kind of crazy. But further ado, we're going to go ahead and purchase our legacy packs. Let's see what we get. Okay, we're not going to count Megalith Auk because it's a ritual, which means it's not easily accessible right off the bat. Call of the Grave. It is a usable spell or trap. We might possibly use it in the deck. Alright, let's see what we get. Well, there we go. We have our soul. Now, fun fact, this card, the Japanese name for it, loosely translates into Red Ace. So we have our official soul for our deck. These other cards here, we are going to count them as fair game. These are Masochist rules, and we're going to do it a little differently, our style. The way we're going to do it, you win a duel, you get a master pack, you lose, let's say, I think we'll do 3 or 5 in a row. We'll grab a pity pack. Ranking up automatically counts as a win. Even if it's in rookie, we get a free pack. And at the end of the episode, we're going to go into one secret pack that we might have pulled. We're also going to go ahead and count any legacy packs pulled during matches. We're going to go into those as well, or legacy packs that we might pull from MD proficiency tests or missions. Otherwise, this is going to be a really hard challenge. Now, I'm going back over this post-record, and I can see how my camera is messed up for like the first 10 minutes of the video recording my screen. There looks like there's always going to be a little bit of cut off. This does get resolved whenever we get into more of the meat and whenever we get into our actual duels. So just bear with it here. It's not something I can fix now at this point. So I apologize for how bad this looks currently. So far we've had a few decent pulls in the master packs. Here we got a secret rare and a UR. And really we're looking for anything playable. Going off rules that you've seen other people like Simo and other people that do these Master Duel Masochist runs. It doesn't matter if the card is playable or not. Whenever we start off, we have to have 40 cards in the main deck. Like this right here, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. This would be an amazing card if we had a Blue Eyes, because then we could actually play this card. As it stands now, this is a dead card that will probably still end up in our deck. Now, if you might remember, anyone that's been around, my channel way back in the day, I think whenever I had less than 50 subscribers, this is when I was first testing the waters with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and it really wasn't going well for me. I wanted it to be so much better, I needed the series to be better, but we just weren't getting that level of success that was really needed. So I'm hoping now that we come back into the space. The channel's had a lot of growth since then, but also I went into other mediums, mostly Dead by Daylight content. That's kind of where I found my niche, my stronghold. But YouTube isn't letting me do that anymore. I've tried a few times to record videos for YouTube and Dead by Daylight, and each time I've gotten flagged for it, so I'm kind of having to step away from that. and I'm hoping that by making this transition back into another game that I love, being Master Duel, that maybe I can find some more channel success again. Which, granted, for me, it's not a big deal whether or not these series ever, like, blow up. That's not what I'm here for. I just want to have fun recording again. I've taken a break. I've had to focus on myself for a while, so recording's just been hard, and it's a bit debilitating whenever you're getting really close to monetization, and then YouTube is just like, actually, you know what? Your main source of views, your video content, we're not going to show that anymore. We're going to be shadow banning your videos, so, you know, tough. Other people might record the same thing that you do, but we just don't want to show yours. Which is why I'm glad that I can come back to this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been more of a comfort series for me, and knowing here at least that my stuff isn't gonna get flagged, I can record as much as I want, it's just such a load off my shoulders. Sorry for that little rant, but looking back here, as we're going through our deck profile, you can see we really don't have much of anything. Nothing here really synergizes too well. We do have the red ace, and we have the Ranryu kind of package here. Maybe those float into each other. But BES Crystal Core, it's not a bad one. It's kind of an extender. But you'll see that we just don't really have much of anything. We have cards that we can at least get on the field, but we have so many that have such specific summoning requirements that they're never gonna see the field. Earlier up top, or at the top of the deck, you saw a Drytron. Well, we can't play that. Regenesis Warrior. This would be a great card if we could pull any other Regenesis Warrior. But that's probably not going to happen. Blue Eyes Alt, we're not going to see it. Anti-Kaiju, very rarely will we ever see that card. So we truly did, compared to my past runs, I think we had a much worse opening. And as I mentioned before, Red Ace cannot leave the deck. We are completely stuck with this card. No matter how we change stuff up, we build around it. If Red Ace is there, it stays. And to expand upon that, I said we're going to be pulling legacy packs whenever we earn them. If we pull more of them, we have to add them to the deck until they're at 3. So it could potentially be 3 spaces taken up by that card. Which 3 might not seem like a lot, but think about how many people always start their hand with an Ash Blossom or a Max C, and that's only at 2. So these could be cards that end up just glued to our hand that we're constantly seeing. And if we see those, unless we have any kind of support to build around, or like a Ranryu like we talked about, we can't really do anything with those cards. We can maybe hope to build some kind of support, some kind of protection for Spellcaster, maybe some Z's that can use them, maybe a Link or 2, a Link 1. But that's part of the challenge, is we have to find a way to work around these. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at Rookie Tier 2. So, like I said before, win or lose, we will rank up here. There will be some duels where I will surrender, and that's just to avoid the automatic rank up right away. Later on, as we get in the series, when I'm sure we'll derank and whatnot, I will just take the L and let it happen. But I also don't really want to subject everyone to these super long duels, so I think in future episodes what we're going to do is I'll start doing like some small pauses throughout, just to make sure that you're not watching like a 5-minute Soul Sword combo. Because there's going to be a lot of that, and if I see that happening, or if someone pops a Max C on us, we know we can't come back and win it. Alright, and if you'll peep the Untapped over here, I really like this program for always seeing what's in my deck, knowing what's there, tracking special summons, normal summons, time. It's just a really good resource, and it's very inexpensive. If you're playing a lot of Master Duel, you kind of want this. Now, seeing Mika here, they did have an 11 card extra deck, and it looks like a bit of a normal deck. We have Bora and Gemini, Amazoness Trainer. Okay. Sword Soul is almost always an automatic dip. I highly doubt that we're going to try to stay around and play this. We can see what to do around here, but it's probably just not going to end very well. Yeah, we go ahead, we surrender. We're not going to try to make anything happen there. Nothing's going to happen there. It's Sword Soul. I mean, it's one of the best decks in the game, at least at these lower levels. I'm sure there are things whenever you get higher that kind of bully Sword Soul, but whenever you're playing with cards here that half of them you can't even summon, then yeah, Sword Soul's pretty great. In the starting hand, our only hope here is we have our Tinyai Spirit, we have Sathana, and we do have Kirill, but if you'll look right there, that's Blazing Cartesia, and that's all that's. So we don't have a chance at all of fighting this deck. We're just gonna dip. As you can see by the mouse getting more and more aggressive, that's me behind the scenes seeing these decks and going, oh my god, am I ever going to get a win here? Because it is really, really hard to try and get any kind of wins here. And unlike other people, I never see these self-TKs, I never see these structure deck bots. So I'm almost always, even back in Rookie, I'm playing against full-blown combo decks that I probably just can't beat. We're gonna set our Bylon, we're gonna end turn. Okay, here actually we have a 5-card extra deck. Maybe I was too harsh too soon. Also, down below in the comments, let me know how I should change the series up, maybe create more rules for me. We'll go this series by ear. However people decide, they make suggestions, if I like them, I'll incorporate them. If it's something that's like, no, I don't really like that, then we'll probably stay away from it. I am considering, at the end of every episode in the comments, letting you all choose to ban one card from the deck, or to suggest one card to be used during the next game, or next episode. I don't think we'll have it be to where if you guys ban a card, it'll be banned the whole series. I think it'll be banned the following episode. Or if you guys want to vote to have a card forced to be in the deck for the next episode, we can also run that. The only thing is, of course, is you guys can't be like, oh, we're banning Red Ace, because then, well, I mean, there's no series. We have to have that in our Soul run, otherwise there's no Soul. And immediately hit by the Shield Crush, that's bad news. Thinking about it, decide we're gonna play it out. We'll see what we can draw, probably not much. Our tracker did go down, which does happen occasionally. Whenever you're using Untapped, you will find it kind of going away. That bottom icon around there, if you click on that, it will bring it back up. I was moving it down mostly during these matches so that I could look more at the duel log and see what's happening. Since I know there's nothing good in my deck, it doesn't really matter if I track what's in it at the moment. But it's always important to see just what kind of effects they might have lined up, what they have going on in the duel log. Your biggest friend in Yu-Gi-Oh! Read, read, read. I am so guilty of not reading cards and just letting stuff happen that is completely preventable just from being an airhead and letting it happen. Do not be a me. But anyways, that's why we're going to try to keep our eyes on the duel log whenever it matters, read our cards. And you guys might notice I hover over a bunch of cards to let you guys read them and see what they say. I like to do that so that you guys can see, oh, here's why he's not doing this, here's why he's doing that, or so that you at home can be like, wait, why isn't he doing that? Are we reading the same thing? But yeah, we took the L here, but because we let it play out, we do technically rank up, and because we rank up, we get to get into a Master Pack. Which, once again, the only way we're getting any kind of success in this medium. We don't win without Master Packs. We did go up to level 2. We might have to swag out our profile soon. I don't really like using all the basic cosmetics. Rescue Rabbit is cool and all, but I mean, I know that we're technically playing a super noob deck and account, but we want to look like we know what we're doing. Bluff it, fake it till you make it. Now here, we're lined up, we see our master pack, and I think we're just going to go ahead, we're going to get into it, we're going to see what we get. Here is praying for anything. Another SR. Not always good. A lot of SRs are archetype exclusive, but we want to see our generic spell and trap early on. Bodies that can be summoned. Z's. Links. Anything that we can get out. Apelio. 1800 beater. Assault Slash. We don't have anything assault mode. Unplayable. SR. Shadal Winda. Later on, we will probably, if that unlocks a pack, that might be the pack we go into. Maybe we can get some Shadal stuff out. Little cheese. Pain Painter. Plague Spreader drawn, or Plague Spreader Zombie. Might be able to use that. Butterspy Protection. We can definitely use that card. That is going into the deck right away. That's a Tendangle card. We don't have anything Tendangle. We're not using that. Scrap Beast. You know what? Our deck is so bad, it might make the deck over the place of cards that we just cannot summon, like that Drytron card. That Drytron card is going to have to get out of here. We can't use it. We don't want it. Unless we pull like some epic support for it. But that has a horrible effect as well. If we try to use it for defense, it just dies. Oh my god. We just pulled a Royal Rare Crystal Wing Synchron Dragon. If we could somehow actually use this as our boss monster, that's going to be insane. Look at how beautiful that card is. It has a pretty good effect. It's one tuner plus one non-tuner synchro, so it's kind of generic. But as far as I know, I don't think we don't have any synchro monsters to try to get into this to begin with. So that's probably just a bit of a fantasy dream. We're not going to see it. Alright, we'll get back whenever we've edited the deck again, let you guys see what I've come up with. But so far, for secret cards, we have a few decent packs. Alright, as you can see, we made a few changes. Like I said, we added Butterspy. We added those extra deck monsters that we can't summon. Scrap Beast did go in. We did go ahead and we added Pain Painter just because it's something we can set, even if we can't do anything with it. And we did add Apelio, 1800 beater, for where we're at right now. That's honestly good for us. Our extra deck is still not usable, it's unplayable, but at least people might see we have some cards here and at least try to put some respect on our name. I don't know, I wouldn't expect much though. And if you're looking on the deck side, you might see there's some cards there that aren't in or added that might be like, why aren't you playing that? One of those is Regenesis. I think that those came from the daily packs that are going on now here with the eFootball stuff, so we're not counting those as part of our cards to use for the deck. Alright, we're back into another duel. As you'll see here, we did do a little bit of shopping. We went with the Abyssal Waters deck just because it looks cool. We added the Dragon Maid mate because, I mean, it's awesome. Seeing your mate kind of transform into a dragon. Maybe it'll scare them off. And then we changed our icon. We went with Evil Eye of Selene for the Icon Protector. And then we went with an icon that I really do like, because I kind of like that archetype. I think that the Visa Starfrost is a pretty cool archetype. It'd be cool to play some of those cards, but probably won't happen. Looking at our hand right now, we have Bora again. For some reason, this card is always in our hand. We have this Balance Trap spell, or trap card, which I don't even think really does anything. And Dead card with the branded there. Which it's not going to matter anyways, because we're going against Igneister. Which we don't beat. We can try here, but these cards are able to come back so easily. There's just not much you can do against them. If we were comparing deck swag here and field swag, we win this, but unfortunately that's not what matters. Yep, they're going to activate spell, or activate the field spell, AI land. Yeah, this isn't looking too great for us. I know the effects of AI Land very well. And AI Love Fusion, that's not good. While we wait for this combo to fizzle out, I'd like everyone to drop below what is your favorite archetype currently in Master Duel? Or what is your favorite archetype outside of Master Duel that hasn't quite been added yet? I always love to hear this stuff. I like to share, kind of like compare and contrast. My favorite archetype is still Amazonas. I love playing those cards. They've been a staple for me since I was a lot younger. I like just how much of a beat deck they are. But then, other than the Amazonas deck, I'd have to say that my second deck that's just up there for, I think, being really cool, even if it's a really, really awful deck. I really like the Yugioh deck and Karakuri. I think they're both just kind of unique little decks you don't ever see much. Yugioh is cool to me because it has such old, like, I know, it has classic, almost like Mega Man-esque vibes, and it's just really pretty artwork. I love the colors on the cards. Yugioh is one of my favorite cards ever. And I would love to see more support for the Yugioh deck. Let's make Yugioh meta. You know, everyone message Konami, tell them, hey, Empty would love to see more Yugioh. Let's get some Yugioh going on here. Maybe get some Yugioh synchros, some Link monsters. I feel like Links and Gears go well together. It just makes sense. Alright, our turn. There wasn't much we could do, except for place 2 traps that don't do anything. Won't set 1 spell. And then we just put a card in defense, because, I mean, there's nothing else we can do. We'll probably watch them combo again, and then that's just gonna do it for us. We don't have any way to beat this guy. Alright, Lingaribo. Activates a spell or trap card. Even if we could activate the spell, which is very, very unlikely, it wouldn't matter. He would just immediately get negated. And they have that as a royal? Was that a royal rare I was seeing? Alright everyone, down below, what is the prettiest royal rare in the game? Whenever you see this royal rare, you're just like, wow, that's amazing. So I think there's quite a few that look really good in royal. I like, I believe it's Lancia of the Ice Barrier archetype, another one I really like. It's really pretty with all the colors around it. Trishula. But I think it's hard to go wrong with your royal rares anyways. They're always going to look really pretty. One that I pulled recently on the main account was royal rare Spooky Dogwood. Whenever I was going through those new ones with all the URs, I managed to pull like 7 Spooky Dogwood and like nothing else that I was really needing for one of my alts. So that was a fun time. Okay, getting with Bora, maybe we can do a little bit of damage on the way out. This shouldn't be able to counter it. Oh, okay, we dealt a little bit of damage. So at least, even though we're going down with a little bit of a swing here. But make no mistake, we're not winning this match. There's no way we win the duel. The opponent has an archetype that lets them just keep bringing stuff back and going right back into links. And fusions, we don't have a way to counteract. They brought Lingaribo back, so we still can't use that trap card. Even, like I said before, if it was usable, which I'm pretty sure it's not. Balance of Judgment's not a good card, really. It made the deck by virtue of being one of the only things we have. Alright, Denmari is back with Igniter. Alright, so they've got a 6 and an 8. They're just going to start poking for damage, take out Bora. Alright, from there, don't really think we can do much of anything. We're just going to have to start setting and praying. Black Shadow Squall, of course. Not that it mattered anyways, even with the Bora card, it's not useful. We'd have to have, I think it's Black Master Dragon, Black Armor Dragon, which we definitely do not. Main phase 1. We're just going to go ahead and set Alien Hunter. It's going to be destroyed soon. We'll bluff them with a card here. probably not going to do much of anything, but I mean, hell, we can try. It's about all we can do, honestly. 32 cards left. We probably will not make another turn. Okay. 2300 just keeps poking. We got the 3000 defense, which we couldn't out even if we wanted to. We don't have targeted destruction. We don't have anything that gets over that. There's for Genesis Warrior. That would be great if we could pull another card with 2500. All we can do is end and just slowly watch our life points disappear. It's rough. I've seen some people have such great openings on their hand, and you look at our deck, it's like we don't have anything. We didn't get one card that's just like, hey, this could be a chance to win. Our best one might be BES Core, which is not saying much because its only effect really is, oh, I can sit there and not be destroyed for 3 times in a turn when most people have a full board of 5 anyways. Here's hoping. We're going to let this duel play out. We're going to take it to the end, rank up again into bronze. Hopefully, the Master Pack we get will have anything that's playable. I wouldn't count on it though. But at this point, anything. We will take anything. MSTs, bottomless, any kind of removal, any kind of counterspell, low level, bronze, those are actually playable. Okay, Ranryu. We might be able to do something with Ranryu, except we don't have anything else to pair it with, so yeah, we don't have any targets for it. Yeah, we're basically just sitting, or putting that out there to try to prolong, but there's nothing here for us at this point. We're just mitigating, trying to stay alive as long as possible, which honestly, looking back at this duel, I probably shouldn't have. I should have just left the board open, taken the hits to get out of there, but I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of wistful thinking that they might misplay and somehow give me a chance to get back into the duel, but it was just not happening. They're special summoning from graveyard. Yeah, this just is not going well for us at this time. I would, it's morbid to say, but I would really like for them to just go ahead and finish us off. You know, go for the killing blow. Sitting here and just waiting is honestly just, you know, it's not good for me to just sit here and watch this keep happening. I'm just ready for this to be over. You know, finish us off. They got 28 on the board. Cyber's Fusion, okay, this might be our chance. I say that as if it's our chance to get back in the game. It's our chance to lose the game. Bro, look at these cards here. Regenesis, Yellow Baboon, Magma Slash, Earth Golem, 23 to 23. So far, we're still guaranteed to live a turn. Okay, that's fine. Unaffected, unaffected. Do they have anything else they can throw on here too? Like I said, we're really just looking for a way out at this point. Alright, Ryu has no targets, so once it's destroyed, it will go to grave. Earth Golem Igniter. And that's 23. We're left with 200. There is nothing we can top deck that even lasts, or even lets us survive a turn. So let's just see what we have here. Lucky draw, lucky draw. Pain Painter. Okay, I believe I know what needs to be done. I'm sorry, little one. It's only appropriate that this is Pain Painter. So we're going right for the pain. Let it happen. There's no reason for you to not let it happen. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to find any kind of cheese in these master packs we're about to get into. Because that hurts. Both of our games that we've ranked up were both on losses. I'd love to see us actually get some, you know, wins in the win column, but it probably won't happen anytime soon. Or unless we run into another Masochist deck, or self-decays, bot decks, disconnections. We count all of those as wins. Oh, empty, that's so unfair. What's the point if you're not actually playing a match? Well, we need cards. Just, it's simple as that. We don't win without any cards. And so far we have none. Alright. Let's open this master pack. Hope there's anything in it we can use. It's not very hard to make the cut with how bad our stuff is. Another SR, honestly, scared to see that. Rares and commons are kind of better in this format. And it's a UR. Okay. Mac and a cannon. That's not going to be something we can play. Unless we can get a machine package going, which we probably won't. Labyrinth. Okay, we're not going to see much Labyrinth. Gusto Falco. Might make the deck by virtue of just being an attack or a defender. Predaplant we're not going to probably play. We don't have any other Predaplants. It's a Link monster, but it's Goki's. Trickstar, completely useless for us. Reptilian Gardna. That'll probably make the deck just because it's a 2k defender. Okay, please be a good UR. Chronomaly the Mana. 2 level 5s. Okay. I'm not even sure we have 2 playable level 5s, but that is something to keep in mind. This was not the best opening here, but it does give us a few more options for secret cards, because now Time Worn Legacies is there. Which we could go into the Chronomaly pack, but I really do think that Shaddoll is gonna be the one we want. Alright, let's look at our Legacy pack here too. I don't know, you can sometimes pull some crazy things in these. You know, some OG spells or traps, just not generic. Okay, Blackback. It technically works with Bora. So we can actually throw that in the deck as a target. And Lord of Zimia. A wicked entity that manipulates enemies. Seen that one before. Okay, so no gold yet. Nothing really great out of these packs. You know, that's just, it is what it is. There's not much I say there's not a lot we can pull, but there are really some gems in these Legacy packs, I promise you. I know Red Ace isn't one, but there are out there. They are out there. I don't know. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head over to our secret packs. We're going to look at our options. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, we're going to go into the Shaddoll pack, which is pretty wistful thinking. Warp Speed Toys. Oh my god, there might even be some good Speedroid cards that just pull generic. Enchanted Threads of Shade, like I said. We could very well be making a mistake by going into this Shaddoll pack. But I think we just gotta do it for the content. I really think that there are chances to pull stuff here. And we already have Winda, so if we can get something that might even get us 2 Winda, then it might be worth it. Alright, a UR. Okay. Okay, we have a UR in the pack. And an SR. and they're both in pack. Zex. If we had any more worms, this would be really good. If we had Yengen. Salamangreat, we have no Salamangrates. Dark Eye Nightmare. It's playable. It's playable. Crusadia Spatha, we don't have any Crusadias. Shadal Dragon. It's playable. It's a return to the hand. The only difference is he'd probably want to use it for his 1900 effect. Chosen a Zephyra. We don't have any Zephyra. Okay, El Shadal. Shikanaga. See, that would be another one that if we could find the Shadal monsters to get into it, or the fusion. And Zephyra, Metaltron. Okay, this did not go the way we wanted to, but we're going to try not to stay discouraged. Overall, there were no wins in this episode, but I really do feel confident in our ability to come back and start winning some duels. The next episode, I'm going to try to drop within a week, and I'm going to show you guys our updated deck profile. Not a lot will probably change, but if you like this series, please like and subscribe. Send it to everyone, let them see it, and just, yeah, I'm glad to be back with Master Duel.